Welcome to Kitchen Counseling. This is the place where we create tasty, easy recipes that anyone can do. You can do it. Even if you burn water, you can do it. If you're a gourmet foodie or a fancy pants chef, and you want to create and change out some of the ingredients, go ahead and do it. You got the experience to do that. This channel is for the other 95% of the population that just want to cook more at home and need to fit it into their busy schedule. So let's go inside and see what's on the menu today. Come on. Welcome back to Kitchen Counseling. This is a special episode we're doing today. We're doing a cooking class for 40 people. It's a 1-year anniversary party for the Temecula Foodies meetup group. The amounts you're going to see are large. The activity level is going to be boisterous. I'm going to do a screenshot of the actual recipe for about 6 to 8 people, 9 by 13 pan that you can do for your family, and that'll be at the end of the video. So don't get overwhelmed with what you see on this video. This is an easy and tasty dish, okay? So first we're gonna make the lasagna mixture, the meat mixture, because it takes about 2 hours to simmer, and I wanna have this all ready for the folks when they get here. So after the mixture is done, we're gonna return with the whole group, and then we're gonna prepare and assemble the lasagna. So before we run off to that, I want to give you a quick little tutorial on the onion. You're only going to need for about a half an onion. It's about 2 cups of a chopped onion for your 9 by 13 pan. There's a quick little technique you can learn to make this cut real easy. You're going to basically slice the onion horizontally, and then you're going to slice it vertically. And then what happens is when you're ready to cut it, you got your nice little chop. There's going to be a few long pieces that you'll cut up. The main thing when you're using a knife and cutting like this, especially if you try and do it fast, I don't try and do it fast, a lot of professional chefs do, but you can, is curl your fingers. You want your fingertips curled under and your thumb curled in so you have a claw, because you're resting basically the blade on your knuckles and you'll never cut yourself, and you can do it really, really fast that way. But for most people that are doing this, don't have that experience, this is kind of what you're going to be doing. Okay, so we're going to get all these little pieces here. Any little pieces I just give a little rough chop to. We're going to be cooking this down so it's not that big of a deal. And there we go. We're going to put this into the pan and we're going to start sauteing it. So I'll be back in a minute. Welcome back. Okay, we're going to do the next step of the meat lasagna mixture. I've got your onion here. We're putting it into we got a large pan here. You will more than likely, for your recipe, what I would suggest is use like an 8-quart stock pot, because then that's going to fill all the meat and all of the sauce and everything else. Everything will fit in there really nice. So we're doing something a lot bigger here. We're actually just sauteing, or what they call sweating, the onion and the garlic. I put just a couple tablespoons of olive oil in it just to give it a little bit of liquid in it while it's kind of sauteing down. You don't want to put too much because you're going to put a lot of meat in here. The meat, and then it's going to start cooking down and you're going to brown that meat. So now we got this going here. We just got this sweating a little bit. You can start smelling the onion and start smelling the garlic. So let's go ahead and throw the meat in. I've got, for this big group, we got 4 pounds of Italian sausage and 4 pounds of hamburger. So for your recipe for home, it's going to be 1 and 1. Simple, 1 pound of each. Now we're just going to cook this and brown this for now. So once that's all done and browned up, we'll come back, we'll add all the other ingredients, and that's going to be the end of making the meat mixture. And then you just let it sit and simmer for a couple hours, occasionally stir it. It's really easy. So we'll be back in a few minutes. See you then. Yeah. Just get it started here, and then we'll show what it looks like when it's all brown. Okay, we're back. I want to do a quick demonstration on the cutting of the parsley, because we're using a lot of parsley in these recipes. So you get a nice bunch of parsley. I rinse it off with some cold water, and I use a little paper towel just to pat it dry and get most of that off. Then I'm going to cut off the majority of the stem. So I'm just going to go down to where the leaves pretty much end. We're just going to cut that out. We're not going to even use that. And I'll look through the rest of it, because you'll get some really thick stems. Those are the ones I'm just going to kind of get rid of. I'm not going to worry about getting every single one. So we're just getting a few of the big ones out, just so it's mostly leaves. Just like that. Got a couple here. And then we're gonna bunch it up using our claw. And again, for this recipe and a lot of the ones I'm using, you pretty much just need a little rough cut. So you're just kind of getting it cut up. I do them pretty much like that, and boom, you got one bunch of parsley, rough chop. There you go. Okay, this is the brown meat with the excess fat drained off. So now we're ready to go. Okay, we're back. We're gonna do the final step of mixing everything together here. So we've got our nice browned meat, as you can see here. Again, we're doing a very large, don't get freaked out over how much I got here. Then we're gonna add the tomato puree. Tomato sauce. Tomato paste. And the water, and the amounts for you on that, when you're making this at home, just in the single recipe, you got 28 ounces of the puree, which is one of these big cans. You got 12 ounces of paste, which is the smaller cans. And then the sauce, you only need about 12 to 14 ounces. This is a double size, so I only needed a couple here. And so there's your paste, 2 cups of water. And then we're going to add all of our dry spices. Now our spices are all down here on the menu. We've got white sugar, 2 tablespoons, 1.5 teaspoons of dry basil, 1/2 teaspoon of fennel, teaspoon of Italian seasoning, a tablespoon of salt, and 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. That's basically what's in here. We've made that by 4 for this recipe. So we're going to add that all in there. And then we got 1 cup of the chopped parsley. And that's going to be it. And I'm going to stir this up. It's going to sit on simmer for about 1.5 to 2 hours. Just let it all melt together. You want it on simmer, you want it low so it doesn't burn. You only have to stir it every once in a while to kind of keep it going. You want it covered. And that's it. And after 2 hours, then we will come back and start doing the build later on. So this is the last step in all the prep. So thank you very much, and we'll see you soon. Bye. Okay, this is the finished meat sauce. It's been simmering for about 2 hours, stirring occasionally. Now we're ready to go.
Anyway,
okay.
So Tom, everybody has been bragging about his food.
Yes.
In fact, at the New Orleans party that we did, some members came up and said they always check the sign-up sheet to see what he's bringing so that they can go and find it, because it's a guarantee yum.
Well, I remember it being the stuff I brought and the stuff you brought. So Tina's did the appetizers and the dessert today. So the prosciutto bar that's set up out there, that's her creation. And then we have a tiramisu cake for our birthday, 1-year anniversary birthday party.
If you ever make a stacked cake, like this high, don't put it in a seat. That was all the room I had. It was the only room I had left in my car, and it was going, and then it started coming at me while I was driving.
Leaning tower pizza.
So we have a partial cake.
Oh no, it's all there. It's just not as pretty as it was. Because it ended up in my lap and stuff. So.
That's your personality.
Yeah.
It's okay. It will
It's
taste
okay.
the same.
Yes. So it's a spin because it's tiramisu cake. Yeah.
It's what?
Tiramisu cake. It has the flavors of tiramisu
So
with our
good.
cake.
Yeah.
So Tom's specialty.
So what we're going to do today is we're going to use my lasagna recipe, and we are going to make individual lasagnas. And that's what you see on the table. Each one of those is a station, a workstation. You have recipes that you can take home. But what we're going to do is I'm going to show you. I've already made the sauce because it takes a couple hours to simmer. I've got that on the tables in the metal containers. You're going to have mozzarella cheese, you're going to have Parmesan cheese, and you're going to have the ricotta mixture, which I'm going to make once you kind of get started. Once we kind of get everybody going in, I'm going to make that up, and then we're going to put that on the tables. This is a super easy recipe. Everything goes in the sauce and in the ricotta mixture, so you're just actually spooning it in.
So all we're really doing is kind of
We're
having
doing
fun.
assembly today. So that's what we're going to do. So each one of you is going to have some foil. Going to have that on the table, and you're going to put that on. You're going to put this little thing right there on there. You're going to layer the first one with the noodle, and then we're going to just change off with the sauce mixture and the ricotta mixture and the cheeses, and do a couple layers. Don't go any higher than about here, because it's just gonna just
Hold it
come
up.
out.
Where we started on the line.
See about
Just-
an inch off the top.
Yeah.
Like right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, stop about an inch off the top.
If you do 2 layers of everything and then finish it off with a layer of noodle on top and a little bit of cheese, that's gonna be perfect. Okay?
So we're baking that.
Leave this.
In those-
Yes.
Yes,
So you're
so
gonna leave
while-
that on your
Almost like
table.
I'm-
Once you get it done,
My Girl Scout years.
leave it on your table. We're gonna come around with some spatulas and we're gonna put them all on cookie sheets and we're gonna throw them in the oven and cook a bunch of them at one time.
Do you put them on?
And how do we know it's ours?
That's what I just asked.
Okay, thank you.
There is a Sharpie on each one of the tables, so you can mark either the foil or the can, whatever.
Bingo.
So you'll know which one's yours when they come in.
Yep.
Okay?
And my nephew made this when he was like 8 or 9 with hot dogs. Hot dogs, yes. They just hit the kitchen. Yes, you can actually make it with just about anything.
Yes, you
Just
can.
the only thing you don't want to do is don't have it too heavy in the sauce, because then it will become, it'll just, take it out, okay?
Yeah.
Yep.
The sauce is a meat sauce, but on 2 of the stations, I'm gonna have also a marinara sauce for folks that don't want any meat. So this station, when I get set up, will be a marinara sauce station, and this oak table behind us has both meat and marinara. Okay? I did a lot of meat, so I'm hoping you'll go that route, but if you need the marinara, we got it. This is my version of a caprese salad, using cherry tomatoes and the small fresh mozzarella balls. I've just kind of cut them all in half, and then fresh basil. But what makes it different is the actual vinaigrette.
Yeah.
My
Did you do a
vinaigrette,
reduction on that?
I did not do a reduction on this. All I did was just whisk this all together. It is a blend of olive oil, balsamic vinegar, honey, Grey Poupon, and then I use grapefruit essential oil.
Really?
So we're gonna start with the lasagna, and then once we get that in the oven, then we'll finish this off, and the last thing we're gonna do is a cheesy garlic bread.
Amazing.
I've already made the butter, garlic, and parsley mixture, and we're gonna spread that on the bread, and then we're gonna layer that with some provolone cheese, and then we're gonna stick it in the oven and grill it,
Yeah.
and that'll be dinner.
You know, I go through here, and now I've got my lasagna on the bottom,
Okay.
and it makes a nice seal. So what I always do is I just cut my lasagna noodles and then just drop them in here like this, and
That's pretty cool.
start adding your toppings to it. Yeah.
So you'll put a layer of the lasagna noodle on, and then put a layer of the ricotta cheese mixture we're gonna make right now. And you're gonna have some little spoons, so just put a little bit on there, spread around, a little bit of mozzarella cheese, a little bit of Parmesan cheese, a little bit of sauce, another noodle. Do the
And,
same thing again.
Yeah, and if I'm not feeling very coordinated, I put the ricotta on the noodle and then dropped it in, so I don't have to like down in there.
You can do whatever you
I
want
like the little
to.
tips.
These are your individual lasagnas, so you can make it whatever you want. I'm just giving you a suggestion
Yes.
of what I've done that worked, so.
And this is a fun thing, like if you guys are having a dinner party or a family, or like when I had the kids, they loved it. I keep a collection of cans that are small enough for me to play with.
Actually do like 16 ounces of ricotta cheese. So that would be, this is 32, and I got, yeah, so you would need just a small, and this makes a 9, yeah, this recipe is designed for like a 9 by 13 pan. So for a family of 4, 6, whatever, it's just I'm just doing extra large here. So we're just doing 4 of everything. So I'm using 4 eggs. You'd only have 1. You're making yours at home. Half a teaspoon of salt, which I've got 2 here for this one. And I believe this was 4 tablespoons of parsley, so this came out to about a half a cup for this mixture. And that is all it is. You're just mixing it all up, and we're going to split it up and put it in different bowls on the tables. No garlic in this one. Garlic is in the meat. Yeah. Not in this. This is really kind of plain mixture, but you got all the spices and everything in the meat. And so with the blend of the two together, you're getting all of that. Those things in this. It just has to be in one of the ingredients.
Yes, exactly.
Bring them over here. Layer it down. Here's your this would be my base. This is what I put first. Actually, I usually put the noodle down on the bottom because we don't have a plate. We need a noodle on the bottom.
Right.
A little bit of the ricotta cheese, a little bit, just a sprinkle of the mozzarella and the Parmesan, and then a little bit of this. You're probably on, because you're gonna layer. You're gonna do a couple layers of it. So just kind of start building those, and then I'll come around and help. Whatever you got.
No, I just don't have any more. This is me.
Okay, I would need the one on the floor, and you're gonna hand me a spoon over there? Oh, yeah,
You're a
that'll
giver.
work.
Unlike him, he is not a giver, he's selfish.
Wait, hey, I got two. Can I have it for your
All right, now I'm handing it back. No, what do you think, so film the good people first.
Oh, we need more paper towels over here, guys.
It's our vacuum cleaner.
Okay, here's a few still pics of the event to show you some of the things that we did that day. I just want to thank a few people here real quickly towards the end of this. Holly Dodson for the fantastic video capability here. My brother Mike for helping me in the kitchen, and to Tina from the Temecula Foodies group for putting this awesome event together. Thank you very much. Have a good day.